This half hour on Up with KREM, Spokane County leaders are making that push to move the county into phase 3, but the county health officer says the time isn't right yet. We'll take a look at Spokane County compared to neighboring counties by the numbers. And the call to defund the police continues to echo across the country, but how much funding does Spokane Police actually have? We'll break it down this morning.
And the sun is shining on this Thursday morning. Our temperature is warming up as we're only 2 days away from the start of summer. Still tracking at least small chances for showers and storms for a few days as well.
Up with KREM begins now.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us this Thursday morning and welcome to Up with KREM. And with elementary schools making their plans right now to go back in the fall, school administrators are thinking about what the logistics look like, especially when it comes to young students who aren't wearing face masks for long periods of time. So this morning we're asking you, should kids be required to wear masks during schools when school resumes this fall? Right now, some of the early morning results showing 56% of you saying no, 44% saying yes. Of course, we're going to keep this poll up all morning long as we check in throughout this morning's edition of Up with KREM. We do want to welcome you in and thank you for joining us this morning. Of course, a lot of people talking about what the weather situation is going to look like over these last few days of spring. Let's welcome in Thomas Patrick this morning to a beautiful morning as you fill in for Evan Narani this week. Yeah, it's a beautiful morning, but really, Thomas, a lot of people want to know, is it going to keep coming?
Yeah, at least the temperatures are pretty much stabilized where they should be for this time of year. The weekend, however, we're still going to keep an eye on those skies because I don't think it will look this beautiful and blue for the next 72 hours straight, unfortunately. Still got to keep our eyes on a few showers that will develop in the coming days as well. Not a washout on any particular day, that much is for sure, but make sure you plan around it, and that's where I come in to help you plan around that. Let's just get you through this morning first of all, though. Temperature is right around 50 degrees on either side of that, depending on your location so far this morning, but even that's about 5 degrees warmer than it was yesterday, so I think we'll end up about 5 degrees warmer later on this afternoon as well. Should hit that 70-degree mark by about the noon hour today, up to about 75 or 76 in Spokane by the afternoon hours. You don't see any rain chances, at least not here. I think North Idaho could still squeeze out a shower or thunderstorm today. As for the weekend, yes, those rain icons are in the picture both Saturday and Sunday, probably more so Saturday than on Father's Day, but I will have to detail just how widespread they could potentially be over the course of this weekend. But just realize it's not a washout, but it's not perfect. It's going to be somewhere in between for the Father's Day weekend. So coming up, detailing just how widespread we'll see those showers for this upcoming weekend and just how much warmer we can get for the first full week of summer. That's all coming up in just a few moments here. And let's take a live look at some of their traffic cameras across the Spokane area. Still not a whole lot of traffic out there on the roads, but plenty of blue sky. So it's looking good to go. And if you got sunglasses, you'll definitely want to wear them as you hit the road this morning.
All right, Thomas, thank you so much. Well, we are tracking breaking news this morning. We are learning new unemployment numbers. Last week, the Department of Labor revealed 1.5 million Americans filed for unemployment. It is a slight improvement from the week prior, where 700,000 more people filed for benefits. Today's numbers mean in the past 13 weeks, a total of 45 million Americans filed for unemployment benefits. In the meantime, here are 3 things to get your day started on our Thursday morning. The Washington State Department of Health revealed an error in reporting the state's coronavirus death toll. Now, leaders removed 7 people from the state's overall death toll. They say the patients died after testing positive for the virus, but the virus itself did not cause their death. 4 were in King County and 3 were in Yakima. Starting today, United Airlines will enforce its face mask policy. Airline leaders say passengers not wearing a mask will be kicked off their flight and banned from future flights. Airlines for America represents several U.S. airlines, and leaders say passengers will be reminded before and during the boarding process. Spokane County leaders are asking for support to move into phase 3 of reopening. The Board of Commissioners asked our area's leading health expert, Dr. Bob Lutz, to take immediate action. They need his stamp of approval to continue to reopen. However, Dr. Lutz says he is hesitant to move to phase 3 after an increase in new coronavirus cases. Now we want to check back in with Joshua Robinson this morning to see how Spokane County's coronavirus fight compares to those here, other counties here in eastern Washington. Good morning.
Good morning, Jen. Yeah, since June 9th, Spokane County reports 10 new hospitalizations due to COVID-19. And that has led Dr. Lutz to make that suggestion that the county's not ready to move into phase 3. Now, just yesterday, we spoke with Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward, who told us here on Up with KREM that she ultimately follows Dr. Lutz's advice, but says the county needs to move forward. So where does Spokane County stack up against all of the other neighboring Washington counties that have moved into phase 3? This morning, we're going to take a look by the number. This is the map that we showed you yesterday here on Up with KREM that does show the Spokane County is that lone eastern Washington county that is still in phase 2. But if you just look at this map, it doesn't paint the proper picture. So what I want to do is look at these counties individually. We're going to start with the north of Spokane here, Ferry, Stevens, and Pend Oreille counties. According to the Northeast Tri-County Health District, Ferry, Stevens, and Pend Oreille counties have 20 cumulative cases combined. Meanwhile, just yesterday, Spokane County reported 18 new daily cases, bringing their cumulative total to 877. So now it makes a little bit more sense why we see these three counties move forward so quickly after spending their mandatory minimum 3 weeks in phase 2. Now, we also want to take a look to the west. Lincoln County, directly west of Spokane County, has confirmed only 2 cases total, compared to 284 negative tests. In fact, their most recent confirmed case of COVID-19 actually came back on April 10th, and it was a Lincoln County resident who works as a healthcare worker in Spokane. And finally, we're going to look to the south, Whitman County, where the numbers of basically all these counties we've talked about this morning are the highest, but not by much. Whitman County entered phase 3 back on Saturday of June 6th. On that day, they had confirmed 20 cases overall. And since moving into phase 3, Whitman County has only reported 10 new cases. In fact, yesterday they reported 1 new case, and it was the first new case for the county since last Friday, so almost a week. Now compare that to Spokane County, where we can see here we're using the data from the Spokane Regional Health District. The dark bluish line that you see here is actually tracking the 14-day total of new cases. So the reason we did that is because on any given day, the number represents combined new cases over the previous 2 weeks, and that helps follow Governor Inslee's requirements to enter phase 3. The county would have to hit 125 or less over that 2-week stretch. So here, this orange line, that's the 125 mark. And as we can see, Spokane County has not been below that mark for a while. In fact, this day was the day that the county moved into phase 2. So Spokane County needs to actually see an average of about 8 new cases or less per day before that number could once again drop below this orange line. And based on the latest numbers, Spokane County cannot mathematically hit that number until the earliest of June 22nd. For some added context, though, that would require 0 new daily cases per day, so we might not hit that mark until late June or July. Of course, this is just one of the metrics that the county is looking at and statewide leaders are looking at. We'll keep you updated on the numbers as well as any developments in the ongoing trek of Spokane County's coronavirus situation. Also trending this week, several companies have made the decision this year to honor Juneteenth as a paid company holiday for the first time ever. We're going to check in with Dana Marie McNichol this morning for a look at some of the biggest businesses making this move this week in this morning's What's Trending. Dana Marie?
That's right, Joshua. Take a look at all of these companies right behind me. We have big names like Target, JCPenney, Google. What you're looking at here is dozens of companies and CEOs tweeting on social media about making tomorrow, Juneteenth, a paid company holiday. Now, you might even notice your phone calendar is listing it as a holiday as well. Now, for those wondering, let's talk about what the holiday means. It recognizes the day that slaves were officially free in the United States. That happened back in 1865. Juneteenth is celebrated on June 19th in the United States. So it is a big deal that these companies are finally recognizing the holiday and giving employees time off to reflect. Even though it's a significant date in U.S. history, the government has not made it a federal holiday. So this week, the governor of Virginia did make it a paid state holiday. So this morning we do want to hear from you. What do you think? Should Juneteenth be a paid holiday? You can let us know by texting us at 509-448-2000, and we'd love to hear what you have to say, and we could share that even with our viewers this morning.
Thank you very much, Dana Marie. And of course, a lot of people are using this as an educational opportunity as well. We'll keep letting you know here on Up with KREM and sharing your opinions as well this morning. Still to come here on Up with KREM, the call to defund the police continues to echo across the country, but how much funding does Spokane Police actually have? We break it down after the break.
And we got warmer weather on the way, just a little bit today, but 80s for that first full week of summer. That plus your holiday forecast for Father's Day is coming up.